points of board will be number 15. Would all passengers with tickets for flight number 15 please proceed to the lobby for boarding? Thank you. Just a reminder to all passengers with tickets for flight number 15, please make your way to the lobby for boarding. This is the final boarding call for all passengers holding tickets for flight number 15. Thank you.
Mataas na yun, akala mo yun na hindi pa pala. Ganun, may pataas pa ulit. Pag-asap mo na, may pataas pa ulit.
Meron pa pala kayo.
Bang! As got yun.
Saan yun? Gusto nyo nasa Tabasco Falls na eh. Pag Tabasco Falls na, diretso tayo. O, pag-gas, papam. Kasi alangan naman magtatabas ka tayo. Tapos balik na naman tayo sa Jasper. Ang lamig kaya. Habang lumalayo eh.
It's not that exciting. There wasn't too much.
Well, you want, I can meet you at the card.
Yeah. Because I gotta get my iPod.
The next flight to board will be number 18. Would all passengers with tickets for flight number 18 please proceed to the lobby for boarding? Thank you.
Welcome to the Jasper Tramway. My name is Lynette. I'm going to be your guide today to the top of Whistler's Mountain. On the way up, holy cow, there's tons of cars. I'm going to point out some general things of interest, tell you guys a bit of history, and if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me on the way up. So we just left our lower terminal. It sits at an altitude of 1,225 meters above sea level. And after about 8 minutes, we reach the upper terminal at a final altitude of 2,280. That means throughout our trip today, we're going to have a 1 kilometer change in altitude. In addition to this, for every 100 meters we go up the mountain, there will be a drop of 0.9 degrees, meaning it's about 10 degrees colder at the top. However, most of you look just for the weather, so it'll be okay. If you guys look out the my right-hand side of the car, you can see the town of Jasper. Jasper was established in 1907 as a railway settlement, but at the time actually under a different name, being Fitzhugh. Fitzhugh was just the man that was primarily responsible for putting the railroad to this part of the country. However, by 1914, it was officially established as a town site, and the name was changed to Jasper. The city has a population of 5,000 people during the winter, which swells to 20,000 people during the summer months. This is just because we try and keep down the amount of people that live in the park, meaning that to live in Jasper, you must presently have a full-time job. This just stops people from buying summer condos and taking up a lot of the space because there is a housing shortage in the town. The size and shape of the town never changes, meaning that if you want to build a new building, you must tear down an existing one, just to stop the housing boom that happened in Banff. Try and keep our numbers down. The city itself sits at the confluence of 2 major river systems. The river system that flows from my left side of the car being the west, and in the city it's called the Mayette. The river on the east side of the car being my right is called the Athabasca. Just about to cross our tower here, guys. Just to warn you, if I do an adjustment. Okay, some more information about the Athabasca. Not only is the Athabasca the longest river in Alberta, but one of the only ones in Canada to flow away from the equator. This happens because the river originates 100 kilometers from here at the Columbian ice fields. At this point, the river gets 90% of its volume from the melting of the glaciers, the remainder of it being snowmelt and rain. The water that's rushing past Jasper today is about 25 hours old, meaning yes, at this time it would have been ice since the Ice Age. It will eventually flow into the Arctic Ocean after 1,600 kilometers. Some of the lakes in the area, because I know if I wasn't at work right now, I would definitely be at a lake. We have the horseshoe-shaped lake, which is on the banks of the Athabasca. It's closest to our map today. It's called Lac Beauvais, and it's the location of the Fairmont Hotel and Golf Course. The lakes up behind it are Aneta and a very popular beach spots on a nice summer day. Directly out, slightly to the back right corner of the car, there's a lake with a small island in the middle of it. It's called Pyramid Lake, and it's my favorite place to go in Jasper. It's got pretty reasonable boat rentals, and there's also some good hiking trails in the area along with the beach. The lake slightly close to us is Lake Patricia. Point out some of the mountain ranges we can see here today. If you guys look to the west of the car, being my left, a sunny looking range down there. It's called the Yellowhead Range. The Yellowhead Range straddles the border of BC and Alberta. It also straddles a geographic landmark called the Continental Divide. On the other side of the valley, so at the left corner of the car, we have a range called the Victoria Cross Range. And behind Jasper, we got a range called the Cullen Range. Cullen Range is named after the last man to run a fur trade post in this part of the country. The last range I'll point out here today is on my right. On the other side of the Athabasca, and it's called the Moline Range. The Moline Range was named by Joseph Priest, who came to the area many years ago. After he crossed this particular range, he ended up cursing Moline, which means eating wicked in English. It's always fun to curse something. You might also notice that the rocks in this particular mountain range look a bit different. It doesn't have very sharp peaks. Because it is quite a bit older than the rest of the range, and is made out of softer rocks. So it's made of sandstone and other ones. The other ranges are made of very hard rocks, which when the blades collided and stuff, made steeper peaks. So, while you guys at the top today, there's several things you can do. If you guys are dressed and eager for the weather, we do have a 1.2 kilometer hiking trail that reaches the summit of the mountain. I would totally suggest it. If you get to the top today, you can see 7 mountain ranges, which are really unique. There's also a lot of wildlife along the trail. You can see marmots, pikas, ptarmigans, tons of animals in between here and there, and occasionally you actually see bears on the trail. If you guys want to keep your feet on solid ground today though, you can do that as well. We do have our boardwalks that wrap around the building and have some informational plaques where you guys can check to make sure I didn't make everything up on the way. However, we also have our upper terminal building. On the lower level are our restrooms and gift shop, and upstairs is our tree-lined restaurant, fully licensed restaurant, provide a variety of snacks, beverages, and meals. We have flights to find on the mountain every 11 minutes today, and our last flight of the day is at 8:30. I will still be here at that time and be happy to take you guys down. We do sound a horn 20 minutes before our final departure of the day. Also, if you guys are looking to come down today, and you have prior plans for the afternoon, or you have to be somewhere, give yourself about 15-20 minutes to get down the mountain. However, in most cases, you can just line up together.
I see this little right here.
If you guys have any questions while you're at the top today, you can feel free to ask.